We welcome all of you to a session on Gardening 101 conducted by Sudipti Bajpai, the founder of Voice of Plant. She has worked in different organizations like ICICI Bank Limited and Amazon, but her passion lies in gardening. She's been doing organic gardening for over 5 years now, growing vegetables, medicinal plants, flowering, non-flowering plants, and indoor varieties. She encourages and guides others in treating plant problems through logic and experimentation in the field on her YouTube channel. So, if you've ever wanted to set up your own garden and know what plants grow easily under what conditions, how to water and care for them, you are in the right session. So, with this, I would like Ms. Sudipti to take over. Thank you so much for joining us today, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, hi everyone, I'm Sudipti, and today I'm going to discuss on how to set up a garden, how to choose which plant you should buy, you should grow. Like, am I audible? Is everything okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm just switching on my camera, and in 2 minutes, you'll also be able to see me.
Okay. So, I'm going to discuss how to set up a garden, how to choose which plant you should buy, you should grow, how to care your plant, how to repot, how to give fertilizers, so many things. Basically, I'm going to focus on the important factors that impact the growth of your plant. We all exist because of plants, right? We can breathe because we have plants. So I'm requesting you all, first of all, to start taking interest in gardening. It is very interesting, very relaxing. Each and every step, like pruning your plant, giving fertilizers, not even losing soil, is very relaxing, and it helps you psychologically as well as physically. So before commencing this session, I would like to share 3 points that I personally believe are very important to understand what is gardening. So let me share my PPT. Okay, so my first point is plants are not at all decorative items. There are so many plants with big leaves like Erica palm, Alocasia, Dumpkin. There are some beautiful, colorful plants like crotons and caladiums, spider plant. There are some plants with beautiful flowers. There are creepers. Though these plants are very soothing to our eyes, but we should understand that plants are also living beings. This, it should be very clear in our mind that we are not purchasing any decorative item. We are adopting a life. Okay. Now, second point is you cannot set up a garden within a day or overnight. It's a slow process and it takes months. You can buy some 15, 20 plants in a go and repot it in a very beautiful planter. But if you're a beginner, slowly and gradually, some plants will die because you don't know their routine. You don't know how to protect them from pests. You don't know when plant is in stress, how to recover them. So, in my opinion, initially buy some 2-3 plants, very hardy plants like you can buy tulsi, sadabahar, aloe vera, and hibiscus, curry patta. These are very hardy common plants. Buy them after 15 to 20 days when you are comfortable with them and they are comfortable with you. Again, go for 2-3 more plants. So this is the correct way of setting up your garden. Now, third is do it by yourself. It is very important. There are so many companies who charge some 10,000 or 12,000 bucks and set up a garden for you. Even you can ask a Mali to do it for yourself, to do it for you. But in my opinion, this is not right. Because it's like instead of cooking your own food, you are asking someone to cook a food for you. And if you do it by yourself, there are 2 benefits. You are learning how to do it. And second thing, you are getting attached. Like it's creating a bonding between you and your plant. So these are the 3 points. And now let's start the session. Okay. So before buying any plant, before choosing any plant, you should check that how much sunlight you get in your area. This is a very important factor. And if you're giving each and everything to your plants except sunlight, then your plants will not grow. So choose the correct location and check what is the light routine. If you are getting 4 to 5 hours of sunlight, then you can grow most common outdoor flowering, non-flowering vegetable plants, starting from tulsi, hibiscus, curry leaf. You can grow so many vegetables like capsicum, tomatoes, chilies, sunflower. This is the blue one is clitoria. There are so many plants you can grow with 4 to 5 hours of sunlight. But if you are getting only 2 to 3 hours of sunlight, so you have to choose plants that need less sunlight. So this colorful plant is croton, this plant. So you can buy croton, money plant, jade plant, dracena, devil's backbone. There are so many plants that need 2 to 3 hours of sunlight. Now, if you want to keep typical indoor plants at your home, like if you want to keep some plants in your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your washroom, then it is not mandatory that there should be direct sunlight at your place, but that area should be a bright light area. I mean to say that you can read a book without any artificial light. So choose a plant very smartly. It is very important. So any question till now regarding sunlight?
Please name these bright light plants that can be kept indoors.
Yeah, one is ZZ plant. This one, ZZ plant, snake plant. This is monstera with cut leaves. Monstera. There are some syngoniums. There is one flowering plant also. It is peace lily. You can place rubber plant also. There are so many variegated, colorful rubber plants. You can also grow in bright light area.
Ma'am, is it better to place this money plant indoor or outdoor?
Actually, money plant is a plant that requires 2 to 3 hours of sunlight. If actually there are 2-3 types of money plant. There's one golden money plant can survive in bright light area. But normal money plant that we see outside are typical outdoor plants and they need 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 hours of sunlight. So you can keep, there are varieties. So golden money plant can be kept inside in brightness, whereas typical money plant needs sunlight for 2 to 3 hours. Any question? Shall we move?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now you have chosen some plants. So obviously you are going to bring some pots as well, right? So here the question arises: which pot is best, and what should be the size of the pot? In market, there are so many, lots of pots like ceramic pot, clay pot, cement pot, plastic pot, metal pot. Not even so many people are using grow bags. And thing is this: if you are inexperienced, it doesn't matter that it's not like that which pot is better. It's like how you use it. But if you are a beginner, I would suggest you to not use plastic and ceramic pot because these are, porous pots. But if you are a beginner, I would suggest you to use clay pot or cement pot. Okay, I have received a question: how to increase seed germination? Okay, I think you are asking how to get 100% result in seed germination, right? Is this the question? Okay. So thing is this: if you are unable to germinate the seeds, try in coco peat and always make it wet. Do not overwater, but and place it in semi-shaded area, or you can put in shaded area, and always check the temperature because seeds germinate when the temperature is in between 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. If temperature touches 30 degree or 35, seeds will not germinate. So correct time for seed germination is before summers, like that is spring, like in February or March in North India, or before winter, that is in October or November. Use good quality of seeds. Buy it online. Like in Amazon, there is one seller only for organic. I've tried craft seeds and Krisha seeds. They are not good. Only for organic is a seller. They really give very good quality of seeds. Purchase seeds. Use coco peat, and your seeds will germinate. Do not worry, but make sure that your coco peat is always wet. That's it. Can we go to which? Okay, the question is, ma'am, can we give fertilizer to plants when soil is wet? What things should we keep in mind while giving fertilizer to plants? Okay, when you are giving fertilizer to your plants, number one thing is do not give over fertilizer. Do not give excess fertilizer, because you can recover a plant when there is a deficiency of something. But if it is an excess, it is very tough to recover your plant. So always maintain a distance between two fertilizers. Second thing you are asking, can we give fertilizer? Yeah. Thing is this, if the soil is already wet, so soil and roots are not going to absorb anything, right? So make sure that the soil is dry, then give fertilizers, but make it dilute. Always make it dilute and then give to your plants. That's it.